Hello guys, today I'm back with What If Naruto's Madara's Grandson Part 7, like I said. This I might be posting two of these, part 2s, like part 8 tomorrow probably. Like I said, I'm dropping out like 3 or 4 new What Ifs, so let's get started. Couple of... where's the sketch thing? My sketch. Couple of years after had passed and Naruto and Hinata had grown quite a bit. They were both now 10 years old, and each of them were slightly taller than the other kids at the same age, due to their constant training. Both Naruto and Hinata were very strong, and compared to the others of their age. If you can compare, in an academy, physical shinobi is training and start with 12 years old, and a learning academy taijutsu style coupled with ninjutsu. If they were faced with Naruto and Hinata, they would get demolished. They were both well-rounded shinobi. However, Naruto couldn't cast a low-level genjutsu without Sharingan to save his life. Actually, he found it easier to cast a genjutsu that required more chakra than low-level ones. Even though Naruto could force the law and chakra control, bringing to Jonin levels, he couldn't do a single clone either at least 50 or the one would fail. Naruto finally mastered the bow staff, but decided to learn the kenjutsu since his mothers were the best in the leaf. Since they couldn't get in most shops, he bought cookbooks, lightning forgings, and since he had a fire nature, he decided to forge his weapons from scrap metal and weapons in training grounds. In time, he would buy chakra metal for a proper sword. In fact, both of them were Kenjutsu and the same style. However, Naruto favors speed and strength, and Hinata, being more flexible, preferring to dodge the strikes. This type of Kenjutsu style, which is like his taijutsu, is based on his parrying or dodging the attacks, with quick strikes meant to end the battle with a strike. This was the Kenjutsu style with the Uzumaki clan. Kushina, before her death, was on par with the seven Mist Swordsmen of the Mist. This group was composed of the greatest swordsmen in the Mist, and were not to be underestimated. In fact, each of their swords, with special abilities, favored each of their styles. Kushina, in fact, was known as Konoha's Red Death, due to her crimson red hair color. Naruto also learned the Gentle Fist and Hinata both practiced until perfected. Even though Naruto's Sharingan couldn't see the chakra points, he adapted the style for pressure points. One of the problems was he had is Hinata's low chakra solely focused on math or all of last year, and managed to increase her impulse quite a bit. She had a low Jonin chakra levels and Kage level controls. Naruto had high Kage chakra levels and Jonin level controls. Naruto realized that Hinata was quite proficient in the Gentle Fist, and asked her why her family treated her that badly when she was quite talented. And the fact that was in order to learn the Gentle Fist efficiently and training their strengths and techniques, one would have to use another as a test subject to close off Tenketsu's was quite painful, so Hinata refused to do that on branch members. Hinata was too kind and try and harm someone into train, but Naruto that wasn't the problem. Naruto used the shadow clones and her techniques to provide Hinata as much guinea pigs as she wanted. In doing so, her technique skyrocketed, even managed to hold her ground against Naruto in taijutsu. In ninjutsu, they both mastered their chosen infinities, and the jutsus that they had. Hinata started with wind, Naruto started with lightning. One interesting fact that Naruto discovered was he had lightning infinity similar to the second Hokage's water infinity. In fact, that Naruto wasn't really a sensory in the normal terms since he didn't sense chakra. Naruto, due to his lightning affinities, could actually feel the bioelectricity of the people around him. Knowing that he had such infinity, he started investing in more and more of this element. He went to his father's library and gathered all the lightning techniques that occurred. Yeah. Now we found Naruto walking to the village, through the village, heading to the Hokage's office. The villagers sent the usual glares and trying to harm him, but now with his training, he managed to escape. He could have fought them, but he chose not to harm them. He didn't want to give the poor Hokage more paperwork. Hokage Tower. He arrived at the Hokage Tower and made his way up. Arriving at the Hokage's office, he turned to the secretary. He never really liked her, and the feeling was mutual. She was an idiotic civilian who couldn't tell a difference between a scroll and a civilian sealed kunai. Just let it go, kid. Someday, they'll understand, the QB said, Naruto nodding. Good morning. I came to talk to the Hokage. Is he available? Naruto asked politely with a smile, as if for once he didn't want trouble. She looked up and saw the thing in front of her. With a disgusting face, said, "What would a Hokage want with a thing like you?" She spat. "You should be careful how you dress me. One wrong word and I have permission to separate your head from your shoulders." While he was rallying up his chakra and unleashing a bit of killing intent. As she was a civilian and too much would kill her. The Hokage would see you right now, she quickly said, fearing for her life and showing a false smile. Naruto opened the doors and a smiling Hokage. The Hokage asked, oh no, man, wait, where's the screen? Okay, there it is. Naruto Hokage asked, I'm fine actually. I have a favor to ask you, he said. With the Hokage raised the eyebrow. I'll do my best. What do you need? He said. Well, he said, I'm running a bit low on cash, so I'm not a shinobi. But it would be possible if you could give me a couple of D ranks. Looking at the Hokage's thinking face, the Hokage pondered the situation. The Genins always hated these missions and intended to stockpile. Besides, he couldn't hurt, he thought. Sure, Naruto, but do you realize these missions are normally done with Jonin senseis on their teams and squads? And it'll take long for you. No problem, old man. I could create my own army, Naruto said, putting his fists together in a cross form to challenge some chakra in a puff of smoke. 20 clones appeared, and the Hokage's jaw hit the floor, seeing a 10-year-old hitting a B-rank Kenjutsu. Where did you learn that? Do you realize that technique is a Kenjutsu for its massive chakra usage? Trying to make sure Naruto understood the dangers of the technique. Relax, old man. I copied it when I was watching Kakashi, a weird guy named Guy, in green spandex shoots shouting the flames of youth. Spar. Besides, I have a crop ton of chakra. I could easily make 1,000 clones and still be in fighting condition with a smirk. The Hokage nodded slowly. God, he could make 1,000 clones at 10 years old? I know that he's a Jinchuriki, but damn, he's gonna be a chakra house party host. Okay, Naruto, if you're into official ninja, I'll give you the munitions later when you become one, and I'll add it to your file. Go to the mission. Let's go to the mission room. And they both left the Hokage's office and headed towards the mission room. Konoha's mission room. So, let's see what we got here. The Hokage said, going through the available missions. How many do you want? Since you could create a bunch of clones and Havoc, you could clear out a workload. The Hokage continued. Naruto pondered. Give me 10 missions. If I have time, I'll do a few more besides. Hinata went to visit Kurenai, so I'll have the day picking the scrolls and reading the first one. Damn, cat, he thought as he read the first mission. It was to retrieve a fearsome beast. The name of said beast was Tora, the one-tailed demon cat. Oh, please. I got 8 more tails, the QB said. Besides, you could always burn her to crisp and blame every ninja, the QB said, chuckling. Naruto's sweat dropped. A few hours later. Come here, Tora. Come here, kitty, 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 Naruto said, trying to approach the cat without her fleeing. Naruto channeled chakra to his legs and jumped in catching the cat. Tora didn't find it much fun as she started clawing all over the place. Ah, hell, I'm tired of this. Activating his Sharingan, he looked at Tora and said, Shackling States. The Kenjutsu paralyzed Tora, and Naruto had said Hellfire Jutsu. This jutsu think that she's burned alive. Huh, stupid cat. Naruto chuckled evilly as Tora screamed in pain. The QB seen this, sweat dropped, and he thought, I got a dumbass for a container. Next mission, helping farmer. Naruto made his way to his second mission. Was help a farmer, since the farmer didn't have enough time. Naruto arrived at the site, and the farmer's house was actually almost outside the village, and the land itself was fairly big. Judging by the size, the land was mostly likely planting and later selling them. Naruto approached the client and started doing his job. The client didn't seem too happy that they sent the demon brat. At least the QB would work for him. Almost an hour was due, and Naruto continued his work and groomed the land peacefully until slam! A noise echoed through the clearing as the sound of metal clash. Naruto removed a couple inches of dirt and he found a metal door in the ground. What the hell is this? Naruto thought as he moved to open the hatch. Once opened, he saw a bunch of stairs that seemingly led underground. And as a curious kid, he made his way carefully down. As he was going down, he couldn't help but notice the smell. One of the things having a QB inside of it only gave enhances and hearing. The smell itself was of death and putrefaction. Something isn't right here, Naruto thought, as he began to explore the vast underground base with a long corridor with multiple rooms connected. Checking a few rooms, even he couldn't help himself to throw up. There was a room of skeletons of people and a few others decomposing. Going in further and checking in another room, he could see the files spread out along the tables with a strange colored liquids, and he wisely decided it best not to touch them. As he continued exploring the base, he kept wondering, how did this exist here, and it kept a secret. Judging by the looks of it, it seemed that whoever lived here must left in a hurry. This smell... snakes? Naruto was thinking. When suddenly he pieced it together. He read in the library about a shinobi that used snake summons and affecting Konohas after he was found doing twisted experiments with children that he kidnapped. Orochimaru, the snake Sanin, the concluded made a shadow clone and said, "Go tell the old man." The clone left and Naruto continued exploring. That's right. So you could have a brief idea what it could contain. One of the rooms appeared to be a small study room. Entering the room, making his way to the table, and multiple files, but various names on it. Hashirama Senju, Tobirama Senju, Minato Namikaze, and a few others Naruto didn't recognize. What Orochimaru could want with my father, and possibly the Senju brothers, until he wondered a few notes written and a diary. He continued until he read that twisted bastard. Hokage office. Hiruzen was having a normal day. He was cursing Minato for leaving him the paperwork until he saw Naruto. Bah! I can't. I think I found Orochimaru's old bases. I was doing one of the missions and I was cultivating until I hit a metal hatch. After opening and checking it, I decided it reeked of snakes and there's dead bodies all over. Ambu, Hokage said, uh, with a weasel mask. Bah, I can't talk. Bring me Ibuki and Anko. Yes, Lord Hokage, the Ambu said in a puff of smoke. Hokage turned to Naruto. Are you the original? He asked. Which Naruto shaked his head. Boss is checking in the base. Okay, 5 likes for... no, I'll just do it for free. Thank you guys. Bye.